Okay, now I'm going to do a blues song, and it's called Too Much Alcohol, and I'm going to do some licks in it, but my producer Glenn, you all know Glenn, he said that I can't play licks without explaining exactly what they are, because then you might hear a lick and go, why didn't he explain that? So I'm going to keep it fairly simple, just do a few different licks in this song and explain them, exactly what I'm doing, if I can remember what I did, because that's the beauty of improvising. So this song's called Too Much Alcohol. I'm going to base it on this E chord. That's E7, right? So you know the E chord. I don't think I need to explain that to you. E7 is where you take your third finger off and put your fourth finger down on the B string. So that's very common. What I'm doing there is I'm just trilling on the G note, on the G string on the first fret. So that's the first lick. Now I'm plucking off all three of those strings. It just gives it more texture. So the first basic lick is this one. Now that's basically, what I'm doing is I got my second finger on the B string, G, in the third fret rather, and then my third finger on the G string in the fourth fret. So it's that little thing, and I'm pulling off those three and I'm playing the bass all the time. So I'm going, and I'm sliding into that. Then I'm sliding it down and I'm doing that little trill on the G string in the first fret. And then I'm pulling off the B and the E. So okay, now the second chord is A. I'm going to play A7, and I'm going to do just a real simple. And that's basically, I'm hitting the A bass and these three strings, the G, B, and the E, and I'm plucking them. And then I'm sliding my fourth finger down to the second fret to sound that, and then off. So now I'm going to do those two together. Now I'm going to go to the B7 chord, which is this one. And I'm going to do this lick. So I'm basically taking my fourth finger off of the E string and putting it onto the B string at the third fret and giving it just a little bit of a bend. So, and I'm plucking the A string and those three strings again. See how I'm bending that just a little bit? Don't try and bend it too far, you're going to break your finger. Then I'm going to go back to the A. Then I'm going to do what's known as a turnaround after I play the A. Actually, I go back to the E, then I do this. This is one of the most popular turnarounds. And basically what that is, it's a D7 shape. So first finger on the B string at the third fret, second finger on the G string at the fourth fret, and my third finger's on the E string at the fourth fret. So it's that chord, and I'm going. So I'm plucking the E and the G string, then hitting the E, high E, and then the B. So I'm going, and then I move it down. Down again, and then do our little trill on the G. So, and then it ends with a little run up into the B7 chord on the A string. So, ba, ba, ba. So, and then I often like to get back to the E. So that's just a little bend on the E string, 3rd fret with my 2nd finger, and then hitting the D string on the 2nd fret with my 1st finger. So the whole thing sounds like. Okay, so let's try this in the context of a song. See if I can remember what I played for you. There's that trill. I went down on 42nd Street, pick up a jug of alcohol. Then down on 42nd Street, pick up a jug of alcohol. There's that other lick. I told a man to put in some water. There's that B lick. Some water. Back to A7. We wouldn't put in no drop at all. And then our turnaround. I was drinking my alcohol. I went walking on down the street. There's that lick I showed you. Drinking my alcohol. Showed you that one too. Walking down the street. I could not distinguish my head from the tips of my feet.